Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Laws of Life webcast network. And today's show is mylegaladvocate.com, hosted by Tim Marecki. How are you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing great, Blanca. How are you?
I am doing great, and I am so excited for your newest season of My Legal Advocate. And what will you be doing this season, Tim?
Well, we're going to be interviewing the nonprofit organizations and entrepreneurs that are making a difference in our community.
I love it. I am so excited. There are so many incredible nonprofits and charities in Palm Beach County, South Florida, but we're also prepared to shine a light on any nonprofit throughout the world. So if you would like to shine a light on your nonprofit, just email me at blanca@lawsoflife.shop, and we will review your request and try to get you on My Legal Advocate, because Tim is a huge supporter of the network, of our community, of shining a light. So with that, let's bring in our guests of the day. Today, our nonprofit of the day is Diana Davis with Movies Making a Difference. How are you, Diana?
I'm great. How are both of you?
Oh my gosh, we are amazing. And I'm also going to bring in Sunny Arpa, who introduced us and who's on our advisory board, a huge member of My Legal Advocate. How are you, Sunny?
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Tim, to kick off this conversation about movies making a difference.
Okay, we are here with Diana Davis, the founder of the wonderful and unique nonprofit venture, Movies Making a Difference. Diana, what is the mission of Movies Making a Difference? What are you all about?
Well, our mission is to make socially conscious movies highlighting the injustice of human trafficking, child labor, child brides, and slavery, and in the United States, and then directly aiding the survivors from the proceeds of our movies.
Wow! And have you produced any movies to date? Is this a thing that's being done as we speak?
Oh yes. So with our first movie, which was called Cathedral Canyon, and we won Audience Choice for Best Feature Film at the Palm Beach International Film Festival. And because of everybody being educated and inspired to do something, we've aided over 150 young people all over the country. And then we've just premiered our second one, which is actually has 28 of the survivors alongside of actors such as Donnie Most from Happy Days and Jude Tyler from That 70s Show, and many other actors. And it's really told from the voices of the survivors, although it is a feature film based on true events.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, Sunny, I know that you introduced the Laws of Life organization to Movies Making a Difference. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how that happened? How did you get to know Diana, and how did you get to connect her to our group here?
Well, actually, a woman named Corinne Braverman, and she is a fellow yogi, and she said, just out of clear blue on Facebook, you got to meet Diana Davis, because she knew I was helping St. Jude's Ranch for Children in Las Vegas with their sex trafficking program. They're building 9 new buildings and a healing modality center there. And so, it was on my antenna. Next, I'm helping, survivors. And all of a sudden, Corinne shoots me a message. I just took it as a lead, like I'm supposed to call this person for some reason. So I did. And then Diana and I just connected right away. We met for lunch. She told me the story, and it just resonated with me, like, oh my God, I could help her amplify her intention. That's what I do. And she's raising $300,000 to make the next movie to raise awareness of this incredible social injustice right here in the US. And I'm like, I'm in, because she is doing the work, and I saw her in action. This woman is an angel. I felt her high vibration. She is just like pure love, pure joy. Save these children. And she's a woman on a mission. And I was like, I want to help. And who doesn't want to help? You just meet her and you're like, what can I do to serve you? And then I told Blanca about her, and immediately Blanca just trusted me and said, okay, what, how can we help them? I'm like, let's give them some free press, a free interview. Let's promote her cause. Let's tell the world.
Hey, thanks, Sonny. Thanks. So Diana, what you're doing is really wonderful and unique. It's a great mission and a great message. And the way that you're getting that message out there by producing these movies is, I mean, it's a unique thing. I don't know anybody. I don't know of anyone that's doing what you're doing. What inspired you to do what you're doing and do it in the way that you're doing it?
Well, it was nothing that I ever sought out to do. I'd been an actress in New York, and so I remember when I was in my early 20s, I'd be on the streets on my way to an audition, and you'd see these people with their signs trying to, talk about human trafficking, halfway around the world in Pakistan and Africa and everything. And here I am, like 22, just enough to maybe take the bus to an audition. And I thought, what in the heck am I going to do? It's halfway around the world, and I don't even have, $1 to put in their cup. And so I actually found it quite irritating that they were doing this to me when I was trying to remember my lines. So then you fast forward about 20 years or so, and I've got my own kids, and I'm now a realtor in Scottsdale. And Mike Watkiss, who was a news reporter, that he'd been on A Current Affair in New York, and his kids were now in my school, my kids' school, and he had just come back from winning an Edward R. Murrow Award for his documentary. So I just walked up to him and congratulated him. I didn't know what it was, and he said, "Well, thank you so much." And he seemed very dejected and said, "Well, unfortunately, not enough people watch documentaries, and the subject matter is so horrific that they just want to go have a drink afterwards, and and forget about it because they feel so helpless." So I said, "What is this subject matter?" And he said, "It's the FLDS, Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints, Warren Jeffs." And I thought, up in Utah and Arizona, I said, "Oh, you mean those crazy women in their prairie dresses that don't mind sharing their husbands?" And he said, "This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to educate the public that they're slaves. They don't want to be there. And it's organized crime operating under the guise of religion." He said, "I just wish I knew someone that could make a feature film, maybe with an uplifting ending, and to get people's attention and maybe inspire them." So I thought, I knew so many people, having been an actress for 15 years, that they were still in the industry. My husband was a writer. And now I had no excuse. It was not halfway around the world. It was 7 hours straight through the desert up north. So I said, "Are you sure you can't find anyone?" Anyway, I made the movie. And then while making it, I met quite a few of the survivors. And then when we won at the Palm Beach Festival, I thought, I can't just say, "Okay, see y'all later. I raised some awareness," and everyone coming out of the woodwork saying, "How can we help?" after they saw the film. I thought, I'm going to turn this into a nonprofit and use all the proceeds to go back to help these survivors. So that's what we did, and that was about 9 years ago.
That is really, really fantastic. Now, if anyone in our audience wanted to watch one of these movies, where do they go to get their eyes on your films?
Well, to watch the first one, Cathedral Canyon, they can go to our website at moviesmakingadifference.org and click on, I think it's Watch Cathedral Canyon. And it's a suggested $5 donation, but they can, any amount is appreciated, or they also could just watch it for free. Right now, it's really the sequel, which what was it, Sunday, like not even 2 weeks ago that we premiered. And that is we're doing premieres with it around the country and also film festivals. So we can't have it out there yet until we do the film festival circuit and some of the premieres, but then it will be available on the website as well.
That's terrific. Now, what can we as a community do to support your mission and to support your organization?
Well, I mean, I was just dealing with one of our survivors yesterday, and human trafficking is getting so much press, And sorry, there's glare here. So much press and the laws, they're really cracking down on it. But like this one young woman that I was, helping yesterday, I had got her rescued. I got her out of where she was, got her into McDonald's, got the officials there and got her to the hospital and a rape kit done, and the police went and they actually staked out the house. By the time the traffickers had come home, the police were already there, the DNA was done, and then I testified remotely, and they're now all in prison.
Yes.
Yes, but the young girl, there's nothing for her. We've got her in a shelter, and she has a caseworker that helps her hands her forms to fill out. I end up going through the forms with her, filling them out, because the computer that they have there is broken. And there's literally no therapy. There's nothing. So she's at work having panic attacks, and she doesn't want to tell her employers why she's having these attacks. She's actually was a nursing student, and just your typical, because we handle it not just since our film that highlights the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints, which is trafficking. There are so many different types of trafficking, from child labor, or as you see, these Hispanics in these big houses that people think that they're coming in taking in jobs. Most of them don't want to be there. They've gotten their passports taken away. And then there's the one that we think about, sex trafficking, online sex trafficking, what this girl had experienced for over a year. And there's sort of an underground now that people know about our organization, and they find me on Facebook Messenger, because most of them don't have any phone service. So that's how this girl found me. So she's back working in a residential center for the elderly, and loving her job, but she's having such a hard time because of these constant panic attacks. And she is seeing a therapist, but she doesn't want to sit down with the boss and tell them this gory story about it. So I said, I think it would be beneficial if I called your employer, and because it's too traumatic for you to relive again telling. And so I did. And the employer says, this explains so much, because nothing made any sense. They thought she was making things up, and now that they realize that, and then there's, she's actually with mental illness is a protected, class. So they can make, different arrangements for her. And, but normally these survivors, they don't have any advocates or anything. There's just nothing in place for them. There's really, as Sunny said, there's the St. Jude's Ranch, but it's not going to be ready till next January, right, Sunny?
Right. They can only take some right now at their existing building, but the actual place that's going to be created just for them won't be ready for about a year. And Diana, he asked, what can people do to help you? One of the things we can do is we can gather other people who want to help, because we want to have house parties to premiere the movie, right, Diana? Or
yes,
host an event anywhere in the country, right? And we could have volunteers, hosting these events to raise awareness, and then they can gather some money, and then it goes back to the safe house and help to rescue more kids.
Exactly. And I mean, that's wonderful for raising awareness, and much, much needed, because the more people we reach, the more that we can now say, as I talk to people, so many are saying, oh, I was thinking about opening a healing center, which is some new volunteers and supporters are doing here in Florida. And they said, maybe we'll open it up to all healing. How about healing for these women? And there's a lot of young men as well. So it really makes them understand how prevalent this is and how widespread. And there literally is, there's no help for them out there. If they happen to be addicts, which many are, because the traffickers get them addicted to drugs, so it's so hard for them to escape, they'll go into withdrawal. But I can get them into a treatment center, maybe on a scholarship, but they don't have insurance. So if there's a waiting list, it's really difficult. And that's if they have someone like me to advocate for them. There are no there's no residential treatment for anyone that's been exploited like this. And
Right. Well, thank you very much, Diana, for coming on the show. Thanks for telling your story and telling our audience about what you're doing. You're clearly making a difference out there. I would encourage our audience to go visit moviesmakingadifference.org. If you want to get involved, if you want to volunteer, if you want to donate, if you want to support. It's a wonderful organization. It's a wonderful cause. And thank you very much, Diana, for coming on.
oh, thank you so much. And if anyone wants to do a movie night, we'll be there to support them.
Thank you, Sunny, for introducing us to Diana Davis and Movies Making a Difference. Diana, thank you for being here. We're going to keep supporting you, keep following you on your vision. And Tim, thank you so much for shining a light on Movies Making a Difference. Everyone, keep sharing this interview so that we can keep shining a light on Movies Making a Difference. And also remember, on June 17th in East Boca, Marecki and Medola is sponsoring a Laws of Life networking lunch. You can meet Tim Marecki, you can meet Sunny Arfa. Diana, hopefully you can come and connect at the lunch, but you're not in Florida right now, so that might be a little difficult, but you let us know if you can make it. And everybody out there, visit My Legal Advocate to learn information about this event, and have a wonderful day. And thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you so much.